Good evening and namaste. Today I have come up with yet another very interesting astrological topic for discussion. It is about a astrological yoga that will take you to a very high level post in the government, very high level post in the government of the rank equivalent to secretary, chief secretary, or cabinet secretary to the government. This yoga is so powerful and effective. It will sure and certainly take you to a very high ranking post in the government. So let us begin. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher, philosopher, and astrology teacher. The name of my YouTube channel is Akool Saral Jyotish Astrology Simplified. Let us start discussing about this effective astrological yoga that give you a very high post, high level post in the government. The fourth house is the fourth house of your horoscope is the house of public, is the house of public, amongst other significations. So, if the fourth house is the house of public, then second to fourth is the fifth house. From fourth house to the second, from the fourth house, the second house is the fifth house. What is the second house? Second house is the house of wealth. Second house from any house is the house of wealth. So, the fifth house is the house of public money, public fund, or you can say government treasury or government fund is the fifth house, since it is the second house of wealth from the fourth house of public. So, I have written everything here so that my viewers can remember those things well. Similarly, the ninth house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the fifth house of public money. Ninth house is the Bhavat Bhavam house of the fifth house of public money. How? It is Bhavat Bhavam, fifth to fifth. Ninth house is the fifth to fifth. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So ninth house is the house of Bhavat Bhavam house of the fifth house. And fifth house is the house of public money, government exchequer. So ninth house, since ninth house is the Bhavat Bhavam house, it also signifies the same thing, almost the same thing that the fifth house signifies. Now, what you have to do? Now note down the Rashi, Aries, Taurus, Libra, whatever may be the Rashi. Now note down the Rashi falling in the fifth house and the ninth house of your birth chart, D1, and the fifth lord and the ninth lord of your birth chart. What you have to do? First you have to note down the Rashi of your fifth house and the ninth house, and who are the fifth lord and the ninth lord. You jot down on a piece of paper. Now, the astrological yoga for high-ranking government job will be formed. The astrological yoga for high-ranking government job will be formed if the fifth lord or the ninth lord or both of your birth chart happens to occupy the zodiac signs, any of the zodiac signs identical to your fifth house or the ninth house of the birth chart in your Navamsha D9 or the Dashamsha D10. I repeat, because it will be difficult, I think, for some of my beloved viewers to understand, those who are particularly new to the Vedic astrology. I repeat, the astrological yoga for high-ranking government job will be formed if the fifth lord or the ninth lord of your birth chart happens to occupy the zodiac signs, means Rashi, identical to your fifth house or ninth house of the birth chart in your Navamsha or the Dashamsha charts. I will show in the horoscope. Things will be further clear, crystal clear. I will make so that you can understand how to apply this yoga in the real horoscope. For that I have brought 4 horoscopes, and I shall explain on the horoscope also for the ease of understanding of my beloved viewers. This yoga, if it exists in your horoscope, this yoga will take a person to a high level post in the government service like secretary, chief secretary, or the cabinet secretary, equivalent ranks in the government. It is a very effective astrological yoga. The description about the yoga and everything will remain in front of you. If you can watch it later on also, because I have written and brought in front of you, so that you find it easy to apply in the horoscope, in your horoscope and the horoscope of anybody else you want. So let me now show you some few horoscopes and so that you can understand those things well. I have brought the horoscopes of the same high-ranking government officials that I produced yesterday before all of you while discussing the high-level administrative post. High-level administrative post. That yesterday's video was high-level administrative post, irrespective of the government also. Irrespective of the government also, because Sun is only the government. Mars is the administration. Yesterday's, I am talking about yesterday's video. So Mars is the administration. You can become a CEO also in a private concern. So big private concern, you can become a CEO also. It is not essential that you will become a very high level government official, because Mars is the signifier of administration. It is not only signifier of the government administrative post. So it is a clarification from my side about yesterday's videos. It has you can make it broad based. So let us come back to today's subject. Let us come back to the today's subject. It is the horoscope of Field Marshal Manekshaw. I have shown it yesterday also. Field Marshal, Chief of the Army Staff, Army Chief, once upon a time. Field Marshal Shem Manekshaw. Just applying the yoga is simple, like yesterday's yoga, application of the yesterday's yoga. It is very simple. In the birth chart, Lagna is ascendant. Then what will be the fifth house? Fifth house will be Sagittarius. When Lagna is ascendant, when ascendant is Leo, then fifth house is Sagittarius and the ninth house is Aries. Fifth house is Sagittarius. Who is the lord of the fifth house Sagittarius? It is Jupiter. Who is the lord of the ninth house Aries for Leo ascendant? It is Mars. Simple, very simple. Nothing complicated. You have to jot down. I have shown here beneath the horoscope. Who are the lord, which are the signs. Dashamsha of Field Marshal Shem Manekshaw. We have to search for only two planets. That is Jupiter and Mars in his horoscope. Since they are the fifth lord and the ninth lord. Jupiter and Mars. And what are the signs? Sagittarius and Aries. In the horoscope of Shem Manekshaw. See, who was the fifth lord in his birth chart? The fifth lord is Jupiter. Fifth lord is Jupiter in his birth chart. Where the fifth lord is? Fifth lord is in Aries. Fifth lord is in Aries in the Dashamsha. Aries in the Dashamsha, which is identical to the ninth house of his birth chart. Which is identical to the ninth house of his birth chart. Jupiter is the fifth lord for Leo ascendant, and Jupiter is in ninth house Aries for Leo ascendant. So he had risen up to the level of Field Marshal, very high ranking government official. Very high ranking government official. Mars doesn't fulfill the criteria, since Mars is not in either in Sagittarius or in Aries. Jupiter fulfills the criteria. As fifth lord, it is in the ninth house Aries, identical to the ninth house Aries of the birth chart. See, Jupiter is here. Jupiter is here in the Dashamsha. You see, Jupiter is in Aries. In the birth chart, it will come to here. In Aries. What is Aries? For Leo ascendant, 7, 8, 9. So, the astrological parameter is fulfilled. Next horoscope I have taken of Mr. M.S. Gill, IAS. I have shown this horoscope yesterday also. He had risen up to the level of minister and chief election officer after his retirement. He became the minister after his retirement and also became the CEO. He was originally an IAS officer. His ascendant, birth ascendant, please look at it, his birth chart. His birth ascendant is Scorpio. Then what is the fifth house? The fifth house is Pisces. And who is the fifth lord? Jupiter. Jot down. In the horoscope of Mr. M.S. Gill, the fifth house is Pisces and the fifth lord is Jupiter. Now, when Scorpio is the Lagna or ascendant, what will be the ninth house? The ninth house would be Cancer. Who is the Lord? Moon. The moon is the Lord of Cancer. Ninth house, Cancer. Just keep those things in mind. Two things, and come to his Navamsha and Dashamsha. See, Jupiter is in Pisces, identical to the 5th house of the birth chart, and Moon is in Cancer, identical to the 9th house of his birth chart. So here the reason after IAS becomes a very senior level secretary officer. After his retirement, he became a minister and the CEO, chief election officer of the country. After retiring from a very high level government post of the level of secretary, only 10-20% of the entire population can reach to the level of secretary to the government. Only few. You must have extraordinary luck for that. People will say capability. Okay, I agree, it is capability also. But luck must be there. Without luck, you are not going to get anything. I have seen many intelligent persons with high educational qualifications are not getting matching employment, joining as clerk or something like that, retiring as class group B officer, not even group A officer. What to speak about secretary? So it is in the Dashamsha chart, it has reflected. Where is Jupiter? Jupiter is in the 5th, is in Pisces, which is identical to the 5th house of his birth chart. Jupiter is the 5th lord in the birth chart, and Moon, who is the 9th lord of the birth chart, is in the 9th house Cancer of his birth chart in the Dashamsha horoscope. You have to remember where it should be, in Dashamsha or Navamsha. In his case, it is in Dashamsha. Dashamsha means D10. I will again show the birth chart. See, Jupiter is here, Pisces. What is Pisces? 5th house for Scorpio ascendant in the Dashamsha. Where is Moon in the Dashamsha? Moon is in Cancer, identical to the 9th house of his birth chart. Moon is in Cancer in the Dashamsha, identical to the 9th house of his birth chart. And Jupiter is the 5th lord, and in the Dashamsha it is in the sign Pisces, which is identical to the 5th house of his birth chart. In this way, you see, Jupiter Moon. Jupiter is in Pisces, which is identical to the 5th house of his birth chart, and Moon is in Cancer, which is identical to the 9th house of his birth chart. And both of them are the 5th lord and the 9th lord respectively. Now let me bring another horoscope. It is the horoscope of Mr. T.N. Session, IAS. He also became the Chief Election Commissioner of India. His ascendant is Scorpio in the birth chart. His ascendant is Scorpio in the birth chart. When the Sagittarius, extremely sorry. His ascendant is Sagittarius in the birth chart. When Sagittarius is the ascendant, what is the 5th house? 5th house is Aries, and who is the lord? It is Mars. Please jot down, Mars is the 5th lord. When Sagittarius is the ascendant, what is the 9th house? 9th house is Leo. Who is the 9th lord? It is Sun. Now it is Sun. 9th lord is the Sun. We have to see if either of Sun or Mars is in Aries or Leo in his Dashamsha. See, Sun is in Aries. Sun is in Aries in the Dashamsha chart, who is his ninth lord in fifth house. In fifth house. Got my point? Here he was a very senior level IAS officer to the government, and he became the chief election commissioner after his retirement. Next horoscope I am bringing of the famous cop Mr. KPS Gill, IPS, who remained DGP of Punjab for 2 terms. He was a very senior level IPS officer, equivalent to secretary in the government. DGPs are secretary level officer. DGP, Director General of Police, are the secretary level officer in the Union government, in the government of India. He was a very high ranking official, and he was DGP for 2 terms, 2 tenure in Punjab. His ascendant is Aries. When the ascendant of the birth chart is Aries, what will be the fifth house? Fifth house would be Leo, and who is the fifth lord? It is Sun. We have to see Sun in the Dashamsha. When the ascendant is Aries, what will be the ninth house? Ninth house will be Sagittarius. Ninth house will be Sagittarius. Who is the ninth lord? It is Jupiter. Then we have to see in the Dashamsha chart if the Sun or the Jupiter, if the Sun or Jupiter either in Aries or Leo sign in the Dashamsha, to take him to a very high level officer of name and fame. It gives name and fame also. There are many IAS officers, there are many IPS officers, people doesn't know about them. It gives name and fame also additionally. People know Mr. KPS Gill. People know Mr. TN Session. People know Mr. MS Gill. People know who is Field Marshal Shem Manikshaw. Their description is there in the Wikipedia also. You will find everything about him in the Wikipedia on internet. For every IAS, IPS or army officer, we will not find their details in the internet and media. They are named, they are very popular, famous officer during their time. So, fifth house and fifth lord is equal to Leo and Sun. And ninth house and the ninth lord is equal to Sagittarius and Jupiter in the birth chart of Mr. KPS Gill, IPS, Indian Police Service Officer. Let us now discuss about his Navamsha. See, where is if in the Navamsha, Sun, who is the fifth lord, for Aries birth ascendant, the fifth lord is Sun, and what is the fifth house is Leo. See, in the Navamsha, Sun is in Leo. Sun is in Leo. So, he was an officer of the name and fame. People know him, and his all details are available in the internet and media, both electronic and social media. Apart, if you look at his birth chart, you will find the Sun, who is the fifth lord, is in Sagittarius, which is the ninth house. In the birth chart also there is indication. Similarly, in the case of Mr. TN Session, what is if there is any planet, fifth lord or the ninth lord in any of the fifth or ninth house. Yes, Jupiter, who is the not Mars, who is the fifth lord, is in the ninth house, Leo, in the birth chart. It is a repetition. Let me see if there is repetition in the birth chart of Mr. M.S. Gill. Yes, there is again repetition. See, Moon is the ninth lord and Moon is in Pisces, the fifth house of the birth chart. Here is also repetition. Let me see about the birth chart of Field Marshal Manekshaw, who are the fifth lord and ninth lord. It is Dashamsha. It is the birth chart. In his birth chart, the fifth lord is Jupiter, and the fifth house is vacant. Ninth house, no, is occupied by Venus. Venus is neither the fifth lord or the ninth lord. So this repetition is not there in the horoscope of Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw, but it is there in his Dashamsha. Jupiter, who is the natal fifth lord, is in the natal ninth house in Dashamsha. It was the yoga, and I have brought the details also, the description about the yoga I have brought today on record so that you can remember. And if there is any doubt, you can consult the video anytime you want, because I have given it in written format also, so that you can revisit, remember, refresh your memory, whatever one you want. This was the small video for today. So before concluding, I want to convey my thanks to my dear and esteemed viewers, with request to give a like if they have liked the video, and also subscribe to the channel, so that subscribe to the channel as a token of their love and respect to me, of your love and respect to me, of your love and affection. Sorry, I am repeating some extra words. Love and affection towards me. Please subscribe to the channel so that I get motivated to bring such type of astrological content, rare astrological content you will not get in any books before you, any astrological book before you. So give your love and affection to me by subscribing to the channel, and give a like also if you have liked the video. So let us wrap up. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching the video and learning something new about astrology today.